is going to shoot
instead
me.
of the plastic nozzle.
Now, see, I have Xikar upstairs. I do.
The plastic nozzle
I have a big can.
Better.
Well, since we're on purging and everything, why don't we? Walt's got another question. We'll ask you, Kurt. He says, "Does Xikar recommend purging the lights?" He said he's had nothing but problems with that practice, so he avoids it.
You mean purging the lighters?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure why Walt has had problems with that. We do recommend it, but I don't recommend it all the time because it's unnecessary. Part of what could be a problem is the product you use to purge. One of the best purging tools that I've ever seen is an empty can of butane. A guy sent in a butane with a hole punched out of the bottom. Don't recommend doing that with a butane can that's got any in it. But you can purge by using an empty butane can with a hole in the bottom and just pressing it along, and it releases the tank in the same way that it fills the tank.
Right.
Let me talk about perhaps the more important aspects of filling a butane lighter. First instruction is never shake the can. There's no sense in shaking the can. The can has two components, which are butane and propellant, which pushes the butane into the lighter. If you turn the can upside down, with the nozzle down, then you've got butane and propellant on top of it pushing the butane down. So you always fill a butane lighter upside down. Always. All right? And by the same token, you would purge a butane lighter upside down. And the reason for that is inside this lighter right now, all of the butane is in the bottom part of the tank, and the propellant is above it. So if I were to purge, the first thing that comes out is propellant, not butane. Whereas if you purge like this, you're leaving the pressurized propellant inside the tank, and you're releasing the butane. I hope that helps. I purge my lighters, once in a while. And once in a while means if I did it once a month, that would be a lot. Maybe once every time I think about it. Twice a year, something like that.
And now the other way that you can purge a lighter is if you have the Xikar, what is it, the MTX tool with the little piece?
We have a purging tool in the MTX. Thank you, Mike. I was attempting to not make my entire speech an advertisement.
No, that's fine. There's
a really good.
It's okay. Feel free.
There you go. There's a good purging tool as well as a flame adjuster in one of the handles of the MTX tool. So,
yep,
that works really well.
It has the bleeder tool too on the chat.
Let me see what you guys are saying here. The MTX bleeder tool. Tom Cigars doesn't think that we need to purge. So really, if it's working for you to not purge lighters, don't purge them.
Yeah,
is what I would say.
I've had some lighters that work better without purging, and other ones that don't work for anything unless you do purge them. Almost every time you fill them. Sometimes it's just strange how it works.
Yeah, it might have as much to do with the size of the fuel tank as anything else. Smaller fuel tanks may need to be purged more often.
Great.
So.
All right, Matt Marona's got another question for you, Kurt. He wants to know, how did the ash can come into being? Ash can, he said he believes, is your newest product?
It is. Thanks for bringing it up. It's a great product that I think is going to be a major hit. And honestly, it's not really yet a product. It's a prototype that we posted on Facebook to get some reaction, to get some feedback. The feedback was so strong. I mean, we had retailers calling us up and saying, hey, what is this? You got to get this product to me. So we've been sending our own internal prototype samples out to the retail shops. Now, the way I'm delighted to describe how I found this product, because I'd like to find lots more products like it. An inventor approached us at a trade show and said, hey, I've got this new product. Does it interest you, this or that? And I loved it. and said, "Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think that could really be something of interest to at least all the big cigar smokers in the country who are driving around with cigars in their car." Now, for your viewers who haven't seen it, the ash can is a tin can with a screw top on top, and inside it's got a metal coil that holds on one side. It's got a spiraling coil that holds a cigar as it burns down. On the other side, it has an open coil that holds the cigar straight up and down as it goes down into the can. And in the bottom of the can, there is a perforated platform so the cigar won't snuff out as it hits ash, etc., at the bottom of the can. So the inventor did a fantastic job, and in fact, we'd love to see more inventors come with really unique ideas, because we don't have the corner on all unique, innovative ideas, even for the world of cigars and cigar accessories. I can tell you that we've seen lots of inventions, but very few are the ones that come along that we believe we can do something with.
Yeah, it seems
so
like
there you go. And I'm sorry I don't have one with me. There's a good reason I don't. They all got shipped out. So.
Now, Walt has a quick question.
For those of you who are waiting, by the way, they'll be coming in once a month until full production comes in, and then we'll be in full stock.
Okay, cool. So, good deal. Walt had a quick question for the MTX. He said, the old MTX, I guess, had the knife blade with it. Was that removed because of air travel?
Yes, well, that's exactly why it was removed. Well, two things happened at the same time. The original maker of the MTX tool, which is an Italian guy from Maniago, Italy, and he was one of the primary suppliers to Swiss Army knives of those scissors. He passed away, and so we were desperately looking for a new supplier, and made a slight redesign. We made the blades. We made the tool a little softer on the edges and the corners, and we made the blades a little larger to accommodate, again, American ring gauges instead of European. And then finally, this was right after 9/11, so we removed the knife blade, well, just because of the air travel issue. I don't know if you all have had an MTX taken away from you. I have. Funny enough, I had mine taken away in Honduras, not in the United States.
It's happening all over the world, all over the world. Yeah. Well, Kurt, how about, I got a question for you. Since there's so many women smoking cigars these days, have you guys thought about creating either a lighter cutter or anything with more of a feminine look or feminine colors that would appeal to the Sisters of the Leaf?
Well, we've certainly been asked, and I would say that, and not just in cutters, but also in lighters. And we've taken some of our product. Well, first let me tell a funny anecdote. When we were developing the camo cutter, you guys may recall seeing we have the digital camo and the tobacco leaf camo cutters. We got sample prototypes from the factory that puts the wrap on the cutter, and we got 6 prototypes of a print of flowers that in 2 different colors, blue or pink, that look exactly like a 1950s apron pattern. And so we took these. We got a dozen total, I think they were, and we sent one each to the women cigar shop owners around the country. So if you guys know of a woman who owns a cigar shop, she probably has one of those cutters. Now, the big issue with developing product for a real specific marketplace, like the Sisters of the Leaf, let's call them, is that they may not be enough in number to satisfy our minimum quantity requirements to keep a product in stock. The carrying cost of product is quite high, and so we really need to do some turnover to get that done. And I'll give you a good example. We came out with some pastel colors for our Genesis lighter, which is perhaps the most, I don't want to say feminine, but the most elegant, sleek, easy to carry in purse and pocket. And those colors just didn't sell. not only did they not sell in enough quantity to make them interesting and exciting, but they really didn't sell. So there's my hesitation about specific products to the Sisters of the Leaf.
I think you need to put some rubies or diamonds on them. There you go.
Yeah.
There's a Twitter sister who's already done that for herself. And I'll think of her name, or I'll pop over to Twitter here in a second and look it up. But she's got quite a good deal going on with her own blinged out Xikar cutters.
Nice. Now I'll ask, well, first off, for your cigar line, are you going to be expanding it? Are you going to be changing anything, adding anything to it?
Yeah, we certainly are, and new is the catchphrase of the entire business. What's new? What's new? We hear that all the time from our retailers, who, by the same token, hear that all the time from their consumers. So we're certainly driving towards what's new. However, at the same time, there was a lot of noise, first internally at Xikar, and then now out in the trade about the price change that we recently went through. And by noise, I mean marketing noise. And we strive to convey one marketing message at a time, and so that marketing message can get out, get heard, get understood, and get integrated into the marketplace. And therefore, as you can imagine, one thing at a time, we didn't want to launch what we've got in the background today in the middle of doing a major marketing restructure with the price change. And for those of you who don't know it, we took the price of the HC Series cigar from an average of $8 to $10 down to an average of $6 to $8. And the catchphrase or the motto behind that is providing everybody a cigar that they want to smoke, and we know that to be true from the feedback and the ratings we've gotten. So providing a cigar to our fans that they want to smoke at a price they want to pay. And it was clear that the turnover that we had in the marketplace was not sufficient to meet our expectations, and I think also some of our retailer expectations. So the marketplace was communicating to us that, gosh, that price was probably too high. And if I can anticipate a question that you guys or your viewers may have in your minds and may be too polite to do or to say here today, how did you guys do that? How are you lowering the price? Is it a decrease in quality? Is it some sort of change that we may not like? And the quick and truthful answer to that, back into the marketplace by giving a better price. The second thing we're doing is we're following what I think is a very interesting trend in the market. Jesus Fuego is doing the same, and that is we're going to a box and a refill pack program, so that we'll be saving the cost of the boxes by refilling our retailers with non-boxed or paper packaged product that they can put into the